Howdy, howdy, my fellow gamers, and welcome to another 60-second review. This one, slightly different and special. Right, so we've already done a review of this game on the channel. We did it last year. But since I've been playing so much of it, I figured, yo, let's re-review Gears 5 1 year later. So the review that we're about to do is going to be like a reaction re-review. I have written the 60-second review, which will come at the end of this. We are going to watch and react to myself from a year ago reviewing Gears 5. It was the first game review I ever wrote. So we're about to see how cringe this is, and if I agree with myself back then, and then we will do the actual 60-second review, 5 categories straight, and all that good jazz at the end of the video. So, without further ado, let's dive right on in. Bro, I forgot about the old intro. I was so proud of this. I made the montage in the back, which took hours, and then Chrono did the Adobe After Effects of the GOTRT logo. Bitch, I don't care about ads.
Howdy, howdy, my fellow gamers. Freak from Gamers of the Roundtable here with our
audio
first
quality.
ever game review. I've been wanting to do
That's
game
Blue
reviews
Yeti
for
in
a
a room
while
with
now,
no,
even on older games like Crysis and Alan Wake. So make sure to
noise
leave a comment down
cancellation.
below if you'd be interested in seeing something like that and what games you would like to see reviewed. Obviously, we have a whole lot of different projects going on.
Gears has
on
always
this
had
channel,
fantastic
between
trailers.
Story time, funny moments, guides. Supposed to be 4 people, but only 1 really right now. Anyways, without further ado,
Talking
let's
shit.
dive right into it. Now, Gears of War is my second favorite franchise ever. I remember sinking countless hours into the first 2 with my older brother, and the others with my friends. So I've been very excited for Gears 5, especially since I just beat Gears 4 right before it came out. Insane is a bitch. However, bias aside, I'm fully capable of seeing the myriad of issues in this entry. We're gonna...
So, I don't think I had a script for this video. I think I just was kind of winging it and talking.
break it down in terms of gameplay, storytelling, and the technical side. To start, the game looks great. I played it on my Xbox One S, while my buddy Jeremy played it on PC. The lighting effects are jaw-dropping.
Or I think I've
and
scripted
dear
like half
God,
of it and then just kind of
colors.
ad-lib some
I
stuff.
remember the original 2 looking so gray-washed, just grim and dark, and it worked for the aesthetic, it worked for the mood, it worked. They're still great games. But then Gears 3 came out and started getting colorful, and the colors that they put into Gears 5, it's so vibrant, it's so alive, it looks so different. The wind effects, the
I don't know why I'm leaving these
storm
long
surges,
pauses.
debris,
Cut out
water,
the dead air.
gore.
Come on.
It's still just
Make
as
it flow,
satisfying
make
using
it
a Nasher
connect.
to blow someone away at
Nobody
point-blank
likes listening
range
to dead air.
as it was in Gears 1. It is still just as satisfying to chainsaw someone and get the blood all over the screen as it was in Gears 1. It all looks so good. In terms of story, I loved it. It touched down on a lot of unanswered questions in 4.
Yeah,
there
it did.
was one minor writing issue that I don't know if they caught where they're planning on remedying in Gears 6. I won't go into it though.
I seem
because I don't
unsure
wanna
of myself.
Spoil anything for you guys. But aside from that, I mean,
Which is kind of why I like the
answered a lot of
60-second
questions.
reviews.
There were
I don't
lots
have
of
much to
nods
talk
the
about.
books and the
We have a lot
original
to tackle in a very
trilogy,
short time, so
old
it's just
locations,
like
old
bam,
characters.
bam, 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 bam.
It was slightly predictable and ended a bit abruptly, but it was better than 4.
Yes.
Gameplay-wise, it's very smooth. Almost felt more like a Halo game than Gears. It was a little off-putting, actually, but refreshing at the same time. Lancers could finally do headshots, which is so nice. And they have hit markers, critical hit markers, damage number indicators, little
I think I'm
quality of
talking
life
slower just to
improvements
enunciate and really
that
make
were
sure my
much
points
needed.
are hitting home.
And then there's Jack. You've got this support bot that can be fully playable by a third person in your campaign. Or you can use him in Horde, and he's very important in Horde. But he's able to revive you, he's able to throw up a shield that can reflect bullets, he's able to freeze your enemies, he's able to control
I really hate
your
my
enemies.
microphone quality
Jack
in this.
really changes the way that you are going to play Gears 5, and it was awesome. And he's going to be the only reason that you're able to beat Gears 5 on Insane, really. Horde mode, they've changed a little too
Why would
much.
you leave
Gears 3 had
in
the
there?
perfect Horde. With
Like,
the foundations,
like,
the bases, the
like,
upgrades and all that.
like,
Now, only certain
shut the fuck up,
characters
freak.
Are able to deploy certain defenses and upgrade, and it's stupid. Like, I want to be able to build a turret or a decoy or a barrier or a sentry anywhere that I want. I don't want to
Yeah,
have
seriously,
to
when
load
Horde
up
came out, though, with Gears
one
5, it
character who
sucked.
plays decoy and barrier and have
It
my
was
buddy
awful.
playing as the sentry barrier. I get that it promotes cooperation and bringing in, you know, a full diverse squad, but it just kind of really took the life out of it for me. Horde is still fun, you know, it's Horde. And then you've got Escape. which really just seemed like an afterthought of a game mode. Almost like right before E3 this year, they were like, hey, let's do this. And they made it overnight. Like, it wasn't bad. I'm by no means shitting on it. It's fun. It's just underwhelming.
I left the IGN watermark
to the rest
in there.
Of the Gears experience. It's very repetitive, very just meh. And honestly, I just wish that they would have brought back Beast Mode from Gears 3. Honestly, for Gears 6, I would be okay if I saw campaign, multiplayer, horde, beast, and escape. Give us all of it. That's fine. The second and third acts of the campaign are semi-open world.
I think I'm going to do a video
really
essay on Gears of War. Like what I think should happen with the franchise,
nice
what I should think they should do with Gears 6, what I think of the franchise as a whole.
Shipments, finding out what happened to these people. It'll increase your playtime from about 8 hours to, I'd say, about 12, which isn't bad for a shooter in this day and age. Now for the glitches. God, I want to forgive the game so bad because I love Gears. But the level of unplayability.
This is my favorite mug in the world, by the way. I've had this for years. Shout out to my old roommate, Abby,
I was on Gears'
and her mother
flagship console,
for this Christmas gift. I love
it. And while I understand the technically demanding workload of more and more new games, the ungodly load times, Bloodborne even appeared quick compared to this.
Oh, I remember
the fact
that.
you couldn't play campaign even solo because of their server issues that they
I remember that too.
Online, the hundreds of disconnects, packet loss, frame drops. I've beaten the campaign twice now. I still don't have the achievement for beating it because it's
so my editing was
Thank
all
God
right.
Borderlands 3 is out now.
Like I showed cinematic trailer, I showed campaign gameplay, I showed versus gameplay, I showed horde gameplay, I showed escape gameplay. Like I made sure to tackle
one of us kept DC
all facets of the game. Whereas like for the 60-second review that we're about to do, it's probably just going to be the cinematic trailer because we just rapid fire. Let's go.
Because it was quicker to just restart everything. The load times were that bad. So, in summary, guys, the game's great. It is. It's Gears of War. They push the boundaries a little bit, but they still stay in their safe space. I'm very curious to see how Gears 6 is going to be. We're going to give Gears 5 a 7 out of 10. It would have been a higher score if there just weren't so many technical difficulties.
Nothing on the screen, no visual.
Like the state of the game that they launched was
hey, 7 out of 10.
They say it was early access. There was barely early access because we could not play it. Yeah, however, have you played Gears 5? What did you think of the campaign? What do you think of the multiplayer? What do you think of the different classes? Let us know down below and tell us what you think is going to happen in Gears 6. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Feel free to check out the links down below. Join the Discord, follow the Twitters, the Twitch, and as always, stay freaky.
So I just started.
And it just ended. I didn't even have an outro video. It just ends. Alright, so that was our review of Gears 5 when it came out. So now let's see my thoughts on Gears 5 1 year later and if they stack up. So, 5 categories to rate, 60 seconds on the clock. Go. Story. Taking place just a few weeks after the end of Gears 4, we see the focus of the game shift from JD to Kate as she is coping with the tragedy of losing with her mother and joining the COG. As they try to convince more outsiders to join the COG, she begins learning more of her locust descent and the family history. Touching on some characters in the books and answering questions from 4, the story receives an 8 out of 10. Gameplay. Crisp, smooth, the best Gears gameplay yet, honestly. Not as clunky, reminiscent of Halo, Lancer headshots, new weapons, new enemies, new animations. Gunplay is tight, wall bouncing and roadie running is clean, a semi-open world with many side quests instead of just linear gameplay, and fixed loading times and disconnects. Gameplay receives a 9 out of 10. Audio. Nash is blowing chunks out of someone. The whistle of the new Lancer grenade launcher. The chewing of the classic Lancer rendering flesh. The thuds of bodies. The panting of the actors and vehicles. Audio is phenomenal. 10 out of 10. Visuals. The most colorful Gears to date. The gore on the screen. The lighting effects. The storms in the world. Gorgeous. Wide variety of environments. All wonderfully tackled. Visuals will receive a 9. Game length. Clocking in at about 10 hours on average. 12 to 20 for 100% higher difficulties. The game is enjoyable start to finish, but actually ends abruptly. They could have put just a little bit more at the tail end, so it didn't overstay its welcome. It actually understayed, so game length will receive a 7. And time. Final average score for Gears 5 1 year later is an 8.6. They improved Horde so that all the characters can build all things and buy all guns. Escape actually feels fleshed out and fun and unique now. Multiplayer is the same as ever, but still fun, and campaign you can actually finally enjoy without dropping out. Most of the time. I'm glad to see that they took to heart a lot of the issues the game had at launch and remedied them. I just wish that developers would stop launching broken, unready games. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought of Gears 5, what you think of Gears 5, what you want to see from Gears 6. If you're enjoying the 60-second reviews, feel free to check out the links to support the content creation dream, and as always, stay freaky.